Hey, welcome to Confidence in Christ with Kayla. Today we are going to read Genesis 2, verses 2 and 3, and we're just going to go over the creation story just super fast, and we're going to start with day 7, but it'll make sense here in a second. So here we go. Let's read these verses. By the 7th day, God had finished the work he had been doing, so on the 7th day he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the 7th day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. Now when you read this, it kind of sounds like it's repeating itself a couple times, but it's because it's trying to make a point. So I recently learned in a Bible study how the first 6 days of creation are related and why they are. So if I can, I'm just going to walk you through real quick what happened on the first 6 days. On day 1, day and night were created. Day 2, heavens and oceans. Day 3, land and vegetations. Day 4, sun and moon. Day 5, birds and fish. And day 6, land animals, and then man and woman. Now, when you look at these, you kind of split the first 6 days into 2 parts. You have days 1 through 3 and days 4 through 6. I had never in my life put together the fact that day 1 and day 4 correlated. So God made day and night, and then to govern over those, he gave it sun and moon on day 4. On day 2, he did heavens and oceans. To govern over that, on day 5, he did birds and fish. Day 3, he did land and vegetation, and on day 6, to go over the land and the vegetation, he gave land animals and then man and woman. Now, that alone blows my mind, but I don't have a whole lot of time to go into that, so dive into that and really look at the fact that, God had those all set out okay, this is what I'm creating. Now I need something to kind of care for that or govern over it. And then he did that the next 3 days. But day 7 was all about showing us something. So I had never really put together that on the 7th day, God really didn't need to rest. He wasn't tired. He wasn't exhausted. Creating the world didn't even break a sweat. He didn't need a rest. He was trying to show us something really important. He was trying to show us his sovereignty over everything that he created. It wasn't to be oh, yep, after 6 days, you got to take a rest. It was to point us to his control and authority over everything that exists, including you and me. And what an amazing way to show us his sovereignty. He's look, I created all this stuff. Now it all points to me, the one who created it, the one who created you. The fact that he took the time to do something that he would later on teach man to do, to take time and remember who has done all of this for us, just blows my mind and gives me such confidence in his character and who he is, that he thought of that all those millions of years ago to show us how to remember and give him the correct place in our lives and in the creation story. So today, I hope that kind of spurs you on to kind of read through and look at how all those correlate together, but also remember God's sovereignty and have confidence in him because of that.